So yesterday I just had a cycling race. Wow, there were 600 people riding their bikes around the valley in the mountains. The distance was 120 kilometers and the elevation was a bit over 3,000 meters. It was quite hard for me because I'm not a pro like some of them, and I don't ride so fast for such a long distance usually. So my average speed was 20 kilometers per hour exactly. And as for the ranking, I arrived number 409th, if I'm right, and I was not at the top of the list among the women. And I noticed that most of them, they race a lot and they've been riding for 10 or 20 years. And I've been cycling for only 2.5 years, so that's not so much. And I don't race, I just ride, I do my best and I have fun. Yesterday was only my second race. We were quite lucky with the weather. It was just cloudy, there was no rain or storm. The clouds were quite dark, so I was a bit scared about that, but everything went well. I was just very tired on the last climb. Every kilometer was so slow. And I was able to do a last sprint at the arrival, and I was so empty yesterday, so empty. My whole body was shutting off at the last climb. And now I feel fine. And even when I arrived, I was fine in my head. I was able to smile and joke, but let's say my overall body was super tired. My legs too, I feel them today. It's not too bad. I'm just going to rest today. I'm going to cycle again tomorrow, slowly, just to spin my legs, get them working. And about the food, so as a vegan, I cannot just eat whatever they give me on the ride. So on the dinner before the race, I just had lots of starches, carbs, rice, soy sauce, lettuce, and artichoke. And then in the morning at the race, I woke up 2.5 hours before the start. I drank plenty of water. I had some applesauce with sugar. I had dates, and I took one big bottle of sugar water on my bike for the race. During the race last year, I used white sugar all the time, but this year I used cane sugar, and it was not as fine as white sugar because, you know, cane sugar has some caramels and coloring matters, and they stick to the teeth. It's not nice, huh? I don't have this issue with white sugar. Anyway, next time we will use white sugar for racing, but you know, when I'm at home or using sugar for my smoothies, I prefer to use coconut sugar, some kind of brown sugar, because it tastes nice. Anyway, during the race, they provided us with water on 3 different locations. So every time I filled my bottle with more water, and each time I drank 1 liter of water because I was so thirsty. It's very hard to stay hydrated during such kind of race, huh? You know, I didn't eat anything that they gave us because I assume it's probably not vegan anyway, and I didn't plan to eat anything during the whole race. At the arrival, my parents were there and they came with a nice basket with water, apple juice, bananas, and a warm jacket in case I was cold. But I was not so cold, the temperature was fine. And after all, just after the race, I had water and 2 bananas, and that was all. And at dinner, I had soup and bread and vine leaves stuffed with rice. Yesterday, I probably had a big calorie deficit, but I know how hunger works. The hunger comes back during the next days. And yeah, I eat normally again now. The funny thing after a hard ride is that as I sweat a lot, I have a kind of salt crust on my face. I really lose a lot of salt. I look quite younger after a hard effort, after a hard sweat, because I lost most of the salt I have in my body. And I knew that I was going to lose a lot of salt. That's why I added a pinch of salt in my bottle of sugar. But as an athlete, I think it's good to have some salt, you know, as soy sauce on your food, because it helps your blood tension to be high enough for the effort you're doing. Anyway, I'm super happy and proud of myself to have finished this race and have gone quite fast. compared to what I'm used to do. If I'm exhausted, it means that I have worked out very well. I came back in France at this time of the year so that I could participate to that race. I could have done it 2 years ago, but I think I was not ready. I was not ready physically. Yeah. I think I've spoken about all the main things about this race. If you want to know something else, let me know. Don't forget to upvote this video and see you around.